Hello YouTube, it is ChampionDJK coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to look at what I believe is the latest set of team transport. The latest three. We've got number 80, 81, and 82. Pretty decent looking set. Every time I get a set of team transport, I'm like, geez, I got to be done buying these because, to be frank, I figured out a storage solution for them, but I am running out of that space and out of that solution. So I don't know what to do, right? There's different ways you can do it. You can cut up jammers, all that stuff, and we're going to get into that someday. I'm going to show you how I store these things, and you're probably going to laugh because you're going to be like, wow, that's way overkill. And it probably is, but you know, you got to preserve things. That's the problem with being a loose collector, right? If you're a carded collector, you're trying to preserve card. You don't have to worry about the car. When you're a loose collector, you're trying to preserve car. And sometimes, depending on what it is, it's harder to preserve things, the car, than it is the card. Anyway, I would argue probably it's always harder because you can always just throw these in a box and you don't have to worry about the card condition, right? All right, well, let's go ahead and get these open. I think what's happening is these come in cases of 4, and I believe, or maybe 6, I don't know. I think this one's only coming 1 to a case. This one's coming 2 to a case, because I think they thought this would be the hot one, and it is the 73 Honda Civic Custom. And honestly, it's going to be my favorite. I'll just say that right out the gate. This is going to be my favorite in the set of 3 for sure, because of that little Honda. I think looks cool as like a little race car. I think that looks pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and open these. These will probably end up showing up at Target, Walmart, all that jazz, but distribution is whack, and you just never know when things are going to show. You know, I thought about it too. Would it be feasible to just store these things? Pull that off, and then you can just go like this and kind of store them like that. That's actually not a terrible idea. Not terrible at all. Maybe throw a piece of painter's tape over that. We might explore that because I am legitimately going to be out of the space required for storing these. The benefit of that too is you get the name of the truck and the car on the bottom too if you don't rip that off. Something to think about. I can't go back in time and change the rest of them, but maybe moving forward that's what we do. I don't know. I'm going to save it. We'll see. I might do that. Might be an easy way to do it. Actually, you would just do it this way. Set them down in the thing this way. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. We'll see. All right. We have the Aero Lift. Do we really need to go over the Aero Lift? Probably not. I mean, this thing has been... Oh, this thing, I didn't break it. It slides back and tilts down. And Aero lifts. Well, whatever. You get the idea. I don't really play with the trucks too much. That's part of the reason why these things annoy me. By the way, I did get these from SC Diecast. I did not find them in the store. I got them from my hobby dealer buddies. Okay, and that's just a convenient way for me to do it, to get things from them because, well, they're good people, and I don't really care for trying to find stuff in stores. I actually get stressed out when I want to find something in a store. I don't think I'm ever going to find it because my competition is stiff, so... Luckily, I got some friends in the hobby that hunt around the area or wouldn't find anything. All right, so we got the Honda. I like the little Honda. I think this thing is cool. I like the whole color scheme of this. I like how that's going down that way and that's going that way. It's a good look. I think it looks neat. Aero Lift. Like I said, I don't really care about the actual truck, but this little car, this little racing Honda is pretty sweet. We got dot matrix parenting, right? That's what we got. It is Hot Wheels Premium. So we've got the TV static graphics, which sometimes look okay, sometimes look pretty bad. This one looks pretty good. I mean, you're going to view it from about there, right? I don't think you're going to be looking at it too much closer than that in real life. However, I will tell you that at the distance that I'm actually looking at it at, not through the camera, yeah, I can definitely see the pixelation. It still floors me to this day as to why, you know, that's acceptable. But I guess it is what it is. It's low res. Low res life. That is, I guess, I don't know, is that supposed to be nostalgic for some people? The tampos were better. All right. let's go to the next one, the Toyota FJ Cruiser. By the way, these are all premium. They're premium, right? So if you're not familiar, which you probably are if you're watching this channel, it's metal on metal. So metal body, metal base, rubber tires, real rider tires. They roll, all that good stuff. The truck is the same principle. Metal, metal, rubber tires. Some plastic parts on the trucks, like that bed, for example. But you get the idea. All right, let's go ahead and look at the FJ. Toyota FJ Cruiser and the Horizon Hauler. Most of the trucks, by the way, are not licensed castings. They are Hot Wheels originals, as we would call them. And let's try to do this kind of same thing here. I'm going to just rip this whole blister off. Recycle the card. I think it's recyclable. And then we can do that and save that. Plastic. And check it out. We've got a Halloween theme thing, orange and black. This truck looks pretty cool. I will say that. It does. It looks pretty neat. We got metal base, metal body. The whole back part here is plastic. But of course it rolls, and of course it has rubber tires. And yeah, I guess it's fair to say this thing actually looks pretty neat. I'm not an orange and black guy typically, especially this flavor of orange. I don't know. It's not even. It's this, and it doesn't really match. This is like bright orange almost. This is pumpkin. Here's the FJ though. The FJ looks pretty good. It is a newer casting. Copyright date's 2023 on the tooling itself. Of course, metal base, metal body. It's got the plastic fender things, and those are part of the interior piece. The front is metal. Yeah, this is part of the base. That looks pretty good up there. You know, if you don't look straight at that headlight, you really can't tell that it's, you know, printed on a dot matrix printer. But, yeah, overall, actually, this one looks pretty darn good. You got to get real close to it to really notice any pixelation, but I think this one looks actually really good. I still like the Honda better. I think the Honda's cooler. The FJ is great, though. Scale-wise, they didn't actually do too bad, I don't think, on the FJ. I think it's somewhat close. If you compare it to the Johnny Lightning, so the Johnny Lightning one that came out not too long ago, they did a tooling of the FJ Cruiser as well. It's very close in size to it, and that one is supposed to be 1/64 scale. So this actually might be fairly close to 1/64. It feels a little small, I'm just looking at it like this, but maybe because this is definitely bigger than 1/64 scale. This would be tiny. So, I don't know. Graphics-wise, it looks good. We've got kind of a racing thing going on with all of these, which is awesome. You know, if it's got a number on it, it's competing in some sort of motorsport, right? That's the theory. And yeah, I'm gonna say this looks pretty good. It's a nice version of this. Not mad at it. I think overall, you know, just thinking about it, this is a pretty solid set of team transport. There's definitely been worse ones out there. All right. Last one we have is the 73 Plymouth Duster with the second story lorry. How cool is that title? Go ahead and open it up. And again, we're going to do some little package saving. Which gets a little bit complicated with this one because you got to save an inner piece of the package too. And that is what's actually holding in the car. See that right there? So we got to kind of, what do we got to do? We got to take the car out. Ooh, I don't like that. What is the way we do this? Does this fold down? I wasn't expecting this to be very complicated. But for some reason it is. How do you get the car out of here without like breaking something? You gotta slide it out the back? No, you can't. Well, this is comedy hour right here. How do you get this out of here without damaging the vehicle? I feel like you almost got to take it out this way. Oh yeah, that sucked. Did not like doing that at all. Then this can come out. So this is you got to save that if you want to do the whole storage thing like I wanted to. Otherwise, this thing's going to be banging around in here and chipped up and all that jazz. Oh, what did I do to this now? Oh, there we go. All right, here's your second story lorry, which obviously it's second story because it's got a second floor up top. Although the stupid thing about that is it doesn't have any like wheel chocks basically for the wheels. So you can't like, let's just say I'm not a adult collector or whatever, and I'm a child. You can't really play with it. You're just gonna be dumping cars all over the place. You can't like, you know, scoot it around with vehicles. This one's got Mopar on here, but it's not a Dodge truck. It is a second story lorry, which is definitely not a real truck, but it's supposed to sort of resemble one. Same for the bottom. Like, it does not have any way, so you can put the car up in there. Oh, can you? No, you can't. So how stupid is that, actually? You have to, like, rub the hood, almost. Or no, you have to fold that down. With it sitting like that, you actually can't drive this car into here. That's why I couldn't get the thing out. So that thing right there, you can't. So you're playing with this. Nope, that doesn't fit. You have to lift it up off the ground and then do that, which I guess prevents it from leaving the trailer, which is cool. But there's no, again, no wheel chocks in there to stop the wheels from rolling all over the place, and that's kind of dumb. All right, not a fan of that. This one probably going to be popular. It's a Plymouth Duster. It's kind of set up like a drag strip demon car, and the casting is from 2022, in case you wanted to know that. It is what it appears anyway. Or is that a I don't know. I thought this casting was older than that. Yeah, it's pretty good looking. It's got like snake and mongoose thing going on with it, but it is pretty darn cool. It's got that kind of look to it. So set up as a drag strip, drag car. I don't know. I dig it. I think it's cool. This truck sucks. Well, whatever. All the trucks, I'm just not a huge fan of. You could sit and display it like that to not have the headache. By the way, this one's actually a plastic base. So plastic base, metal cab. This bottom bed part is metal. This is plastic. This is plastic. This is actually metal. The side post right here that this rides in is metal, and the back door is plastic. So if you want to know what it's constructed of, now you know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Team Transport? Are we over Team Transport yet? I want to be. I like the cars. That's the problem. They put out some cool cars in Team Transport, and then I got to deal with the stupid trucks. Oh, man. But I'm not going to get rid of them. I can't break them up. They're a set. I get it. Blah, 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 blah. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, so I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. This is going to be in the Hot Wheels. Did I put this in a car culture playlist? Probably, because it was car culture Team Transport, right? Yeah. So it's in the car culture playlist. I'm pretty sure it is. So if you want to see more me ranting and raving and complaining about these things, go to that playlist, because I'm sure I do it in every video, but yet I keep buying them. So, you know, yeah. It's called issues. Mental health issues or something like that. I'm not sure. All right. You guys let me know what you think. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have yourself an awesome, awesome day. Thank you. Bye.